Hey everybody, welcome to Hilltop Machine Works. So I'll give you guys a little bit of an update. I wired up the Boyar oiler and it does not work. So as you can see, I went ahead and removed it, and we'll go ahead and get the pump anyways. Got it hardwired in. What you hear is my rotary phase converter. So let's fire this baby up and see what we got. Well, at least it works. That's good, because I couldn't test it when I bought it. Motor sounds a tad bit noisy, but I don't feel any vibration there in the spindle, so that is good at least. I was worried about the spindle bearings. So, alright, getting closer. Let me rewire this thing and we'll check out the dust collector motor. Well, as you can hear, the blower motor works just fine. So, that's good news. Figured I'd bring you guys up to speed, and yes, if you hear that on the outside shop, it is raining again. It seems like that's all it ever does around here is rain, rain, rain. I'm about tired of it. The shop is going to float away pretty soon. But anyways, as you can see, I got all the electrical done. Reconfigured it a little bit. If you remember, I bought this three-phase switch because I was originally going to replace this switch here. I didn't realize this was actually a quality three-phase switch. I thought it was looked like a household switch. So I ordered this before I got into this box. And since this switch is fine, works perfect, I had this one left over. So what I did is I wired in the dust collector so I can turn the dust collector on from here instead of having to pull the plug when I don't want to run the dust collector. Like if I want to grind something and use coolant, obviously I don't want the coolant pulled down into the dust cabinet. So if I'm grinding dry, turn the dust collector on and we're good to go. So ordered a new hand pump Boyar oiler, or a Boyar oiler knockoff should I say, since this one didn't work. So that is in the works, so that should be coming soon. So now I think what I am going to do is, hopefully you guys can see this, get it back enough, move you guys back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start putting the cabinet back together. I got some weather stripping so I can seal it back up, get a good seal on that door, and we'll get the bags and the brushes and all that in, and we'll get basically the bottom end done. And hopefully by then the oiler will come in, and also my microscope, so we can cut a piece of high-speed steel so we can cut the rack and get the table on. So that is the plan of attack. So hang there with me and we'll make some more progress. So it's a nice day, which worked out perfect. So I have been cleaning those bag filters, going handheld, sorry guys. So I've got them all cleaned. I put my mask on and eyes and ears, and as you can see, the pile of grinding dust, and there's probably some in the vacuum cleaner, but figured we'd get a grand total here. See how much we got. See if I can beat my buddy Ron there in California. And I got my cool Detecto scale, which I scored from the flea market. So let's see what we got here. See where we're going to come in at. Oh, nice. Let's see. 5, 6, 7. You guys see it looks about 8 pounds. Minus maybe a pound for the bucket. So about 7 pounds of grinding dust we got out of that thing. Wow. All right. So let me get this dust cabinet together. Alrighty, the filter system is back together. I think you'll agree that it looks a lot better than it did when we first started. So there's the back cover. Got everything lined up and nice and clean and ready to go. Pan is clean. Got new weather strip in there and there to help seal the door. So I think the dust collector is done. All I've got to do now is order a hose from McMaster Car, because I thought I had a hose, if you look at the one hanging on the shop fan, but the diameter is too small. So got to give McMaster a jingle and get that hose on order. Well, hey guys, it's back in the shop. I'm going to take a little detour since we are waiting on the microscope to come in from China, from Banggood, so that way I can use that to cut the high-speed steel profile on a piece of blank and use that on the shaper to cut the rack, and that'll be the last repair we'll need basically to put this Boyar Schultz back together. And so while we're doing that, figured to take a detour and we'd address the mag chuck. As you can see, whoever is operating this just wore this poor thing out, didn't take care of it, didn't address the issue when it started to rear its ugly head, and they continued to use it. And you can see the horrible slop we got in here. And to combat that, they turned around and bent this handle into a 90 to try to get more leverage, because it was obviously wearing out and they weren't getting the leverage they needed because of the slop. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this apart and fix this. Probably won't do too much on camera because I think it's just going to be a simple, I think we'll just probably, if I can, weld it up and then, you know, mill a new slot. If it's too far gone, then I'll make another one, but I think I can repair this. And then also, I'm not going to be able to show you guys very well, but let me see if I tip you this way, there's enough light. As you can see, as it raises up, it wants to go in. And I don't know if it's just because of all this slop and wear, or if there's an issue with that rod in there that's rotating to lift up the magnet. So that's what I'm going to work on, and that's what I'll show you guys periodically. So stay tuned. So I got the chuck apart. Excuse me. And good news and bad news. Good news is it stayed sealed its whole life, as you can see. So it's really pretty clean for about 60 years of use, and you know, no coolant or no surprises inside that route. The bad news is you can see one of the springs right here is broken. That helps to you know, keep the chuck moving up and down in a I guess a straight lateral motion. So that's probably why, because this would be the front of it here. It's wanting to raise up at an angle, and that probably contributed to all this wear, because it wasn't wanting to you know, raise and lower in a straight fashion. But let me move you over here. Hopefully you can see inside there with the lighting, but that's the bottom. Looks pretty good. So I don't know if I can get one of these or not. I imagine I could probably make one, but she sure is flat, ain't she? If I had the right spring steel and tensile strength and all that good stuff. So I don't know, you know, because we got to address that issue, and then these issues here. I've got wear, so that would be got to fix that. We'd have to like bore it out and press a bushing in there, so it would be a nice fit, or make one of these a little bit larger to fit in there. And then we got to address this. So I don't know, may kind of step back and punt on this one, see if it's worth actually spending a bunch of time and resources on. It may be actually cheaper to buy a replacement chuck. Let me get online and see what they're going for. I think they're only couple $100 for especially a small size like this. So let me think on this one, and I'll let you guys know what I decide. So as you can see, I've got the chuck back together. I went inside, got online, and for $149 shipped to my door, I can get a new 6x12 magnetic chuck. So that just made, you know, better sense. Obviously it's an import, it's not a good American like this old Walker is, but you know, sometimes you know, got to know when you cut it off and regroup. So that's what I'm going to do. This import's got a nice N45 magnet, so it's pretty good and strong. So think I'll be happy with it. So if anybody wants this, send me an email. I'll have my email address right down there. And of course, you know, at the beginning of every video, you see that on my banner. But you know, I'll send this to you. You just pay shipping, and you can have this chuck for free if you've got a use for this. So let me know on that end. And also, mailman just arrived, and a good friend Doug up there in Ohio, he's got a YouTube channel. We've been corresponding. He just sent me a little package. So check out Doug's channel. He's at Metalworks Machine Shop. He sent me some Boyar Schultz manuals to copy. So thank you very much for that, Doug. I will get those copied and returned to you as soon as possible. And he also sent me some rubber to make way covers for the Boyar Schultz and anything else. So that is awesome. I appreciate that, Doug. I was just about ready to start addressing that, so that came in at perfect time. So that's the update for now, and I'm going to take a break and grab some lunch, and we'll be back. So I am taking a break from dealing with the rack repair. I figured I'd address this tight lead screw. So I picked up some valve grinding compound suggested by Ron and Doug. I totally forgot about this stuff. So I've got it on the lead screw and the nut, as you can see, and I am just running it back and forth, trying to get it broken in good so it's not so tight. This stuff is abrasive. I think it's what is this stuff? I don't know, about 120 grit maybe. So just in the few times that I've run the passes through, it's gotten better. So give you a quick shot of that. So I'm going to do it, I don't know, half a dozen or so more times until it gets easier, and then I'll check it with the hand wheel. And then once I do that, I'll clean all this out and oil it real good, and we'll put it back together. Alrighty, I got her back together. I got it lapped in, and check this out, guys. One-handed, nice and smooth. Woohoo! That's awesome. So appreciate the suggestion, Ron and Doug. Got the ways adjusted nice, and she is smooth as glass. So I am very pleased. So that's what it needed. Just a little bit of love. So I need a little bit of oil on this one too. She's squeaky. Alright guys, just a quick update. Well, the chuck came in. Didn't take long at all. It was actually a US seller that had it. So arrived safely, and even comes with its own hold down clamps, which was nice. I was worried if I was going to have to make a set. And she looks pretty good. Comes with a fence. And course, comes with a tag that doesn't have any glue on it. Oh well, don't need the tag anyways. But so it's not bad for $149 shipped to your door, I think. Let me turn her up so you can see her. You can see the lines in her. A little discoloration, but I think that's actually dirt and grime. I have to clean it up. And I'm kind of curious to see how flat it is. I might just stick it on the surface plate just to check it, just to see before we grind it in. But it'd be nice to know that if it's really flat, because you know the ways aren't the best on my surface grinder, as you've seen in the video. So if this is really flat and then we go to dress it and we start grinding in different spots, and we know that the waves aren't traveling nice and true like they should be. So it's just kind of a FYI I'd like to know. But anyways, figured I'd show you guys what the mailman dropped off.